I'll make a note of that. Welcome, one and all, to the Thanksgiving Eve tradition. It is the Survivor... Wait, no, that's not right. Try again. Welcome, one and all, to the Thanksgiving Eve tradition. It is the Third and Long podcast on a Wednesday night at 7:30 as well. So thank you for joining us a little earlier than usual. This week, I will forgive Phil for actually being in the middle of his dinner where he's on the show because it's an appropriate time. He's almost there. So yeah, as you should know by now, the incredible Shane Chris. Above me is our beautiful baby Hope. Top left is Oliver Butler Henderson, and again, Mr. Philip Perrins is feeding his face. So, gentlemen, how has the last 2 days been? Baby, I'll start with you, you handsome beast.
It feels a bit weird being on a Wednesday, I'm not gonna lie. And at 7:30. But you know, it's Thanksgiving, throws things out of kilter. I'm busy tomorrow anyway, so wouldn't be able to be on the show. So it's nice to be on. It's nice to be on a Wednesday.
He's busy on a show. He's busy going to a show, not watching football. Going to a show.
Yeah, sorry for having a bit of culture in my life.
Culture, yeah. Well, you were culture. Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift has some good songs.
Oh, even you're turning against them. They don't want to hear you say that. Yeah.
So Taylor Swift has some good songs.
Yes. Christmas tree song. Christmas tree farm is a banger.
Oh, sorry, it's a good job. You know. Oh, this is just no wonder channels like The Box and Kerrang and Smash Hits went out of business with the state of the current news. But
okay, if there are any Swifties watching, can you guys please join me in the fact that Christmas Tree Farm is a good song?
I'm sure they do watch the show. Yeah. So actually, being on a Wednesday is good because I can watch the Mighty Reds tomorrow night, which is always lovely.
OBH. Watch the Mighty Reds roll over and die again, like they did against Ipswich.
They didn't die.
They didn't lose.
Game nerves.
Yeah. Okay. So you scored after 1 minute and then rolled over and died for 89 minutes.
You scored after the first minute, done nothing. False start.
Yeah, exactly.
Incorrect there.
I mean, Bolton drew 1-1 yesterday, and they had 10 men, and we conceded. So,
yes, I am good. Thank you, Mr. Harris. I was on friend of the show that Andy Davis did across the pod across the pod. Yes, pod.
Across the pod.
So yesterday, I always get it wrong. I do apologize, Andy. I had a really good chat with him. Really good show. We've shared the link of it on our socials. Go and have a listen. It was a good show, actually, me and him. Really good chat. And it's actually nice being on a Wednesday because this time on a Thursday, I've literally probably just got in from coaching kids football.
I think I've upset Andy. I haven't been on a show in a long time. Maybe he's found a better Ravens fan than me.
No comment. No, we talked about you last time. If you listen to it, we did say
he did. To be fair, I can confirm because I have listened to it.
I will listen to it. Busy man.
I also appreciate the fact that you called me Ollie, not Baby, on the show, Ollie.
Oh, what?
No, I couldn't have done.
Yes.
Don, you're killing it. You're killing this gimmick, Mr. P. How's tricks, my old buddy?
Hey, I just want to say today is like a massive. It's a massive anniversary. Because 32 years to this day, The Undertaker defeated Hulk Hogan to win his first WWF Championship by tombstoning the Hulkamaniac on his head for the 1, 2, 3. The Undertaker literally delivered on the grandest stage Survivor Series, a Thanksgiving tradition. Thank you so much for adding that earlier on, Shano. I'm really, really good. Yesterday was parents' evening. It was a very long day for those who have listened to the show for quite some time. And my students that might have had the wrath of Mr. Parents today because he was so tired. I was at school from 7 o'clock until 7:30 in the evening. That's 7 o'clock in the morning, sorry, until 7:30 in the evening. And I was absolutely pooped. and I really had to put myself up with lots of Pro Plus and coffee today, just to get me through my lessons. But I'm actually really looking forward to talking about the games today. There's a lot of stuff that we're going to talk about, NFL related, UFL related, and just like a nice little bit of reflection before we
NCAA related.
And just a lot of like self-reflection, because we've got some fun stories. We're gonna have a little bit of like peek behind the curtain when it comes to certain aspects of the show a little bit later on. That I'm just looking forward to it. It's Thanksgiving, guys, and I'm thankful to have you all in our life.
All right. Can I just ask Ollie and Ollie a little question, very just very quickly? Do you think Phil's attitude has changed now that he has a haircut you can set your watch to?
I think his attitude's changed because it looks like he's now become a
professional.
A what?
It looks like you've become a Cleveland fan. That jersey's very Cleveland, mate.
It's all right. For a start, it's a Jerry Rice jersey. It's a blackout 49er jersey from 1994. The boys know it. He's just making unnecessary comments because apparently this week is Throw Shade at Phil week because he's had a haircut that he hates. He's wearing a jersey that on camera looks like a Brown jersey. We're going to talk about the UFL later, and apparently no one cares about it, but we're going to talk about it anyway.
I'll be honest, I'm going to go against the grain. Phil, I actually really like your haircut.
Thank you. Do you know what, literally, I had two comments. Right, I've had two comments. One from a TA and one from a student. One was like from a child that literally said, "Sir, your haircut." I went, "Yeah, I hate it." And he was like, "Yeah, but it makes your head look thin." And I was like, "What?" And then the other one was like, and the other one, bless her, Michelle, she's lovely, like the TA. She was like, she's like, "Phil, like your haircut makes you look young." And I was like, I am young, thank you very much.
Do you mind? Excuse me.
I am young.
You look less like Professor Sneed. No, is it Sneed? Snape?
No, he plays for Titans. He does.
I know. I love the Professor Snape, Doctor Who. He kind of look, and now I just look like I'm like a sub at Hogwarts. I don't feel like I'm a professor there anymore. I just feel like I'm just on a temporary contract.
I bet you'll keep that haircut. I bet you any man you'll keep that haircut.
I don't want the haircut. I'm literally gonna when it gets a little bit longer, I'm gonna slick it back like Pepsi Phil, and then it's just gonna be like a little bit of the booth again. And like honestly, by the time I see you back in January, I'll be like full on back, mate. Trust me, I'll have more hair than all of you again at the same time.
Of Pepsi Phil, he's making an appearance Saturday night, but we'll move on to that at some point later on during the show. BH, where do you want to start with tonight's show?
Should we start with you and your lot and Monday Night Football? Let's go for Monday Night Football and finish up week 12, my friend.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so John Harbaugh 3, Jim Harbaugh 0. Baby, please, I will accept your apology in written or verbal, completely up to you. This time,
I apologise, but I would also like to take you back to week 11. I'm not sure of I said that if Pittsburgh beat Baltimore, I would buy a terrible towel.
Don't say you got one.
Guess what got ordered today?
Oh, it's buzzing.
You must be paid.
I got paid on Monday.
Boy, that's disgusting.
But yes, a terrible towel has been ordered.
How much does that set you back?
I'm not saying.
You
literally can just buy like a yellow towel from Amazon and literally just get like a black marker and just put terrible on it. Like it would be the exact same thing. Like
this podcast is all about authenticity.
Yes, that's why we bought all our Christmas presents from each other from DH Gate.
Yes, like I said, authenticity.
But anyway, as I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted. Raymond,
that's my one just here.
What's that now?
Oh,
it's come. It's arrived.
That's the one that's getting sent out to one of you unlucky people.
Oh, it's not like going to be like your Tebow jersey last year, and you're going to be all like, no.
Yeah, it's like, oh, thank you for the jersey, Phil, but I'm never going to wear it. Ooh.
I think I've figured out who everyone's got.
Go on, then.
Don't spoil it.
We worked this out the other day, so shut up.
Because I know for sure who I've got. I know for sure who someone else has got, so I can figure out.
I should hope you know who you've got.
Yeah. Yeah, but I also know
anyway,
I also
Shane,
know
carry on,
something
mate.
else got, and I can figure it out from there.
Boys, I'll tell you all right now, if I get a Ray Rice jersey, I'm going to be annoyed.
What are you going to do? You're going to hit someone?
In an elevator, yeah. Can't say that. Right, anyway, sorry. Journalistic integrity, I do apologise. Right, so yeah. Baltimore went to SoFi on Monday night and beat the Chargers by 30 points to 23 with, I was very surprised because, as I said, working for a living, it's hard to stay up and watch these late games. So I watched the highlights in the morning. And, and I thought,
about the game.
why do I spoil everything for me? I was told before I woke up, somebody basically sent me the result. I'm like, thank you very much. They shall remain nameless, but that was really annoying.
So was it Kurt?
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Was it Phil?
No,
it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
He lacks
I will thank you, Shano, for recommending or getting me back into College Dropout again today. That's such a good album.
As everyone knows, I'm a huge metal fan. Like those things that wave around in farmers' fields, big metal fans. Yeah, that's me. But Kanye West College Dropout is insane. So good. So Lamar Jackson, 16 for 22, 177 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Mark Andrews catch for the touchdown, as soon as I saw it, I knew it was a touchdown. Boys, did any of you see that?
Yes.
Yeah, that was never in doubt.
I almost picked that as player of the week.
That was more guaranteed a touchdown than Rashawn Bateman's touchdown.
That again was absolutely insane. He has the ability to make plays like that, and it really is inconsistency. Inconsistency really does my head in. The fact that he can be really good one game, and then the following game he's dropping unbelievably catchable balls. Justice Hill showed once again that I think he is our second best running back in the team. 55-yard run play for a touchdown as well.
Was there ever any debate that he was the second best running back?
No, but Keaton Mitchell, innit?
Well, technically he's the third best running back because you've got Lamar, you've got King Henry.
You're still on about this.
He's got a point.
I'm on it tonight. When
he's on Lombardi in February, we'll see.
Quinton Johnson got back to his normal best then. 5 targets, 0 catches.
Over 5.
Yeah.
I noticed I didn't know who was playing. Was it Johnson or Kadarius Toney? I wasn't sure who it was. I mean, it was quite good that Gus had against us. It was late, but he scored. Nice to be all aboard the Gus bus one last time.
Yeah, it looks like Gus is going to get an extended starting role with J.K. Dobbins out for a few weeks.
Oh, J.K.'s out. What a surprise. What as wet grass is green, J.K. Dobbins injured. What a surprise. Justin Herbert, 21 for 36, 218 passing yards. He played really well as Baby predicted he would, but unfortunately they didn't get the job done. So I think now the Ravens' next game is a very, very tough one. Very, very tough one. They welcome the Eagles to M&T Bank on Sunday, 9:25 kickoff in the UK. So that's going to be very, very interesting. And see.
Can I get a hell yeah for Saquon?
Hell yeah.
Not this week, no. This week, no. No, but as I said, we stopped Saquon, we kill a game. But yeah, that's going to be a very interesting game going forward. As I said, Ravens 30, Chargers 23. The next game for the Chargers, they play Sunday, and they're playing, drum roll please. Sorry for not being the Falcons on Sunday. Yeah, they should bounce back. Should bounce back from this.
I mean, it was very Jimbo Harbaugh defense-wise. I mean, Derrick Henry ran for 140 yards, but he gave it 212 rushing yards, which is more than the Chargers passed for. I mean, Saquon Barkley ran for more than bloody the Eagles' whole attack, but on the ground in the air. But it's ridiculous. I mean, it's a very Jim and Harbaugh, and until you get that run defense sorted, you're not going to have a chance of Chiefs and the Broncos for the divisional title in LA.
The Chiefs, just the Chiefs.
No, I think Broncos will be there next year.
Yeah, I think Broncos are coming.
In answer to my question as well, Monday night, would Vlad McConkey play? Yes, he did. Sorry, baby, I was wrong on that one.
Yeah, but so did Tyler Linderbaum.
I found most of the time
Yeah.
that if they're questionable, they tend to play.
The edge towards playing.
It's when they're limited, they don't practice.
One of the bad things that did come out with the game Monday night, Charlie Kohler broke his arm, which is that's not good at all.
Your defensive back?
Third tight end.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that earlier on going, where does he play? I've generally not heard of that guy before. Literally,
I have.
Is he your third string tight end then?
Third string tight end, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and they said, oh yeah, he broke his arm, he'd be out for 4 weeks. What? Breaking your arm out for 4 weeks? How's that even possible?
It's bad, but I don't think it's going to have that much of an effect on your team. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I mean, they wear soft cast, don't they? So they'll be fine after 4 weeks. For crying out loud, JJ Paul, or JP Paul played with like literally 2.5 fingers missing.
That's how much you want to ball out, isn't it? I mean, our defense did play well with, I think, with Trenton Simpson and Malik Harrison stepping in for Roquan Smith. You need 2 players to cover that one big absence. But yeah, they played well. I mean, the Chargers still scored 22 points. But it was like they scored. There wasn't any quarters that they dominated. We scored 14 points in the second and 13 points in the fourth. You know, I think they had 7, 6, 3, and 7. So yes. Well, like I said, we'll see now Monday. No, sorry, we'll see Sunday. That's going to be a big game Sunday.
Definitely. We'll see what happens. Right.
Some might even say it's a prediction game.
It should be.
I don't know what you're on about. Right. Let's roll on to players of the week this week. And we'll start with Mr. Perrins, who went for Baker Mayfield. For people who can't see this, he was doing the Jimmy Cutlets
celebration.
I loved how the commentary during that game was very nonchalant when Baker was doing the cutlet sign, because I don't. They kind of then played it off as like I thought it was like a bit of like hazing of like all the fixation was on DeVito coming back into the starting lineup for the Giants after like a really, really bad week. But like you got like Baker Mayfield just completely balling out and embarrassing teams, you know, when he's literally on it. You know, any other season he'd be up there for like MVP candidates, but like, you know, it's a season where a lot of great players are playing great ball. And they said like after he was doing like the cutlet sign that they have a you know, they're friendly off the field. They have a lot of respect for each other. I go, no, you just full of it, mate. Like literally, Baker Mayfield was doing it, just basically say like, what's this bum going to do against me? Like genuinely, and I quite like that. I like it when Baker has some swag. Like I love it when quarterbacks back up their arrogance on the field. It makes it more exciting, doesn't it, gents?
Oh, definitely. I've got a little Baker pop vinyl player somewhere, and I'm really tempted to try and make his hands do this.
Yeah.
Most definitely. So I followed up with Caleb Williams as my player of the week. You know, 340 yards, couple of touchdowns, QBR rating about 103.1. He also rushed 30 for 33 yards. He's starting to get his swagger back after the last couple of weeks. I think the change of the OC has helped him. He was unlucky not to take his team to the win again. He started to play like the Caleb Williams we're expecting to see, and he's playing incredibly well these last 2 weeks. I don't think it's enough to make him Offensive Rookie of the Year, but he is getting back to where he should be, personally. Mr. Perrins. No, not Mr. Perrins. Mr. Harris. Josh Jacobs.
Yes, this was not done intentionally. I mean, you can't
look
past some.
Yes, it was.
It wasn't, I swear.
Okay, Ollie, can I have Saquon for next week?
Do it. Watch your defense shut him down. Do it, right?
No
thanks.
As I said, you can't look past someone who scored a hat trick of rushing touchdowns, rushed for 106 yards and 26 carries. He played really well against boys, and I'll say this to you all the time, a really, really good side, regardless of their injuries. I mean, the fact that the Niners rushing attack only, you know, acquiesced for 44 yards for the whole game, you know, I think like Josh Jacobs done almost 3 times that much. But the fact that I thought he was a really big acquisition from the Raiders, and he's playing really well for a really good Green Bay side who are now 8-3 and looking playoff bound.
Yeah, he's going to break 1,000 yards this year, and he's on his 7th touchdown this season. To be fair, baby, if Saquon hadn't done what Saquon done, would you have taken Josh Jacobs? 3 touchdowns, 103 yards?
No, I had somebody in my head before.
Yeah, but can he? It's his own team's game. Can he take it? Is that a little wrinkle in the rule book?
Yeah, there's a wrinkle. There is a loophole.
Okay, you can pick against your own team. Okay.
I had someone in my head before Saquon decided to be Saquon.
So can I pick Saquon for Monday then?
Go on then, baby hope. You went with Saquon.
26 carries, 255 yards, 2 touchdowns, 4 receptions, 47 yards. More yards than the entire Rams offense on his own. And I can't wait to watch him add to that performance and do even better against a Roquan Smith-less Ravens.
You're obsessed.
And he's just going to run it and run it and run it and injure your entire defense.
You're obsessed with us.
Oh, you think you're the one that picked to get against the Niners? I think you're obsessed with us.
I keep saying to you, you're a good team. You just can't stop losing. You just can't stop losing at the minute. That's all it is.
Yeah, because we're not a good team.
On paper, you are. Football's on paper.
A guy in the coffee shop today was a Chiefs fan, and even he said the Niners were rubbish.
Yeah,
but he's a Chiefs fan. He's a Chiefs fan. He doesn't know anything anyway. He just follows the crowd.
I was about to say,
but keep in mind that Chiefs fan, that before he was a Chiefs fan, was a Seahawks fan, and before he was a Seahawks fan, he was a Patriots fan, and before he was a Patriots fan, he was a Cowboys fan. So that's not really think about like what Chiefs fans, actually tell other fan groups.
Yeah,
Boys, did you know? Very quickly, did you know in Primark at the minute they're selling football red and white jerseys with 87 on them? Any idea what kind of market they're pushing towards there?
Baby Hope's
Troy
market.
Clark?
Hope's market.
Right. Let's roll on to plays of the week.
2-minute warning. They can kick this thing deep.
Line drive to Turpin, and it bounces through his legs. Here he comes. Devontae Turpin spinning free. Here he goes. Fastest man in the NFL. Devontae Turpin takes it all the way. Touchdown, Dallas.
Unleashing the quarterback.
Half a minute, no timeouts. Daniels throws down the sideline for Terry McLaurin. McLaurin is loose. Lightning strikes twice in Washington. Good protection, aired out. Bateman downfield, and he has got it for the touchdown. High throw is picked off. It's McKinney again. Xavier McKinney blocks down the sideline. He goes. Finally knocked out of bounds inside the 25.
Okay, a few things. Number one, Phil, I can't believe you picked Packers play.
I didn't.
You did.
You did.
You did. That
You
was your
asked,
pick.
you asked what is there. I put McKinney interception. You gone done.
Done.
Fair enough.
I didn't pick it. It was already done. Can we actually can we just play the kick return again? Is that possible, gents?
Yeah, I can. I can play it, but it'll be.
Minute warning. They can kick this thing deep.
Can we acknowledge
Line drive to
that he
Turpin,
does
and
the
it bounces
spin?
through his legs.
He
Here
does the spin
comes.
before he gets to them. Look, watch.
Devontae Turpin spinning free. Here he goes. Fastest man in the NFL. Devontae Turpin takes it all the way. Touchdown, Dallas.
Yeah.
Like, I love how he does. I don't know if you heard me during the clip because I muted myself.
You did.
But I genuinely loved that he did the spin before anyone got near him. It was almost like he was on the dance floor, like woo, like this kind of like jiving out on a Saturday night.
What happened? Because it bounced off his leg. What happened if that ball had gone into the end zone?
If he'd have I think he could have returned it, but if he'd have been tackled, it would have been,
Yeah, safety. Yeah, I mean,
what I think is funny is you hear the crowd going wild. You see Terry McLaurin going wild because of what he just thinks he's done,
yeah,
and then Austin Seibert misses the kick.
yeah. It's still hooking left now as we speak.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I mean,
Brandon Schutz has said, "Afternoon, guys. How are you?"
good
Hey, Brandon.
afternoon, Brandon. But it's evening here in the UK, my friend. Yeah, you went for the Turpin kick, Mr. Harris, or return.
I did. Yes, indeed, I did. As we mentioned on Monday's show, I had money on Washington to win this game as part of my accumulator. So I had my eyes on this game, and Scary Terry scoring that touchdown. I was thinking, maybe my luck's in. And in the very next play, 99-yard muffed punt return. Firstly, what kind of parent names their kid Cavante? And secondly, unreal. Like Phil said, that spin, it shows tremendous swagger and guts to do something like that, because that could have went horribly, horribly wrong. Fantastic play. And the commentators got to use two phrases, which I bet they've been waiting a long time to say. That he's the fastest man in the NFL and touchdown Dallas.
I mean, you can't spell Turpin without using the letters for turn, and he did a bit of a turn.
Very clever.
And
Right,
Brandon Schutz has said, "I wish you guys a very happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving
Thank you,
to you
Brandon.
too, Brandon."
And you have a good day.
Baby Hope, you went for. I can't remember who it was now.
Rashard Bateman touchdown.
Rashard Bateman touchdown. That was it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Go on,
I can't believe I'm going to say this, but it was a great throw by Lamar.
Yeah, it was.
And then Bateman had to reposition himself mid-air and then caught it with a guy hanging all over the back of him.
Oh, exactly.
And I think the flag you see thrown was defensive PI, was it not?
It was, yeah.
It was,
It was all over him.
So, I mean, it was a hell of a play by wide receiver that is actually kind of redeeming himself this year for the many drops of the past couple of years.
I'm looking forward to it. Mr. Perry, just talk us through the McKinney interception.
Okay, so I'll talk you through it. It was the 49ers playing poor offense, and McKinney and the Green Bay defense was so suffocating. Like, they were so suffocating that it was either pressure up front or pressure in the middle. The 49ers just couldn't get anything going on that offensive side of the ball. And it was just right there. It was a little bit into traffic. I can't remember which 49er player it was intended to. Like, he didn't just get the ball, he also then ran it quite a long way. It got it down to like the 49ers 20 before being pushed out of bounds. And I just thought that was a really, really good defensive read. And then defensive movement, getting the ball into the offensive side. Now, don't get me wrong, the 49ers suffered a major donkey this year, but we can acknowledge good defense when we acknowledge good defense, as long as it's not played by, the Kansas City Chiefs.
It's interesting. So Xavier McKinney now, McKinney, whatever his surname is.
McKinney. I won't go around saying calling him McKinney, to be honest, Ollie.
Xavier McKinney.
He was a free agent acquisition from Green Bay. Not Green Bay, from New York Giants.
New York.
Another one that they've stupidly let go. He's got to be the favourite for Defensive Player of the Year.
How many picks is he on now? 6 or 7?
Like that. 7 with Kirby Joseph, but he's also had more tackles than Kirby Joseph. He's had more pass deflected than Kirby Joseph this season.
The issue is cornerbacks never win DPOY.
No.
Incorrect.
They don't win it very often then.
Thank you. I was about to say
I think Baby's comment wasn't that it was, that they never ever, or there's never been one that does it, but I do think it's because it's not a spotlighted position. It's kind of like when we think on the offensive side of the ball, it's we think about like quarterbacks, we think about wide receivers, we think about running backs. On defense, it's pass rushers and linebackers. We don't tend to think of defensive backs. So I saw where Baby was coming from. Who was the last cornerback or even safety to win DPOY?
2019.
Answers on a postcard.
Stephon Gilmore.
Oh,
Gilmore.
funny how you know that, mind.
Of course I bloody did.
Did Primetime ever win it as a cornerback?
If he did, it would have been 94.
I don't
That
think
was
he
his
did.
best year. Statistically, that was his best year.
The 90s.
Yeah, don't forget, it is voted for by the players as well. So I went for the Scary Terry touchdown. Not only was it a really good throw from Jaden Daniels, who's been a bit ropey these last couple of weeks, to be fair, but it was that moment, wasn't it? We talk about momentum and moments in sport. It was that moment.
It was almost that moment.
Oh, almost. I still don't get why I didn't go for 2. Newcastle winning.
No.
TNS winning?
Now, what did we just say about like 30 seconds ago about Primetime winning DPOY?
It was 94, was it?
And it was 94 because it was investing literally just off the top of my head. The encyclopedic knowledge of NFL history comes back, and it was 94. He didn't win it again because the 94 he won the Super Bowl, and he was also just unplayable that year was Primetime. Sorry,
Football didn't
continue on.
exist till 1996, so.
Let's roll on to...
This is the news in 60.
Yeah, as always, news in 60. It's a bit of a quieter week this week, being the fact that we've only had 48 hours to do it, not the normal 3 days. Can't work out 3 days off the top of my head. I'm tired already this week. Jerry Jones is open to extending head coach Mike McCarthy in Dallas. He is trying to destroy that organization. It is about time that Jerry Jones steps away from Dallas GMing and just, let someone else take over. Pro Bowler, or former Pro Bowler, Shaq Barnett has announced he's going to come out of NFL retirement.
Shaq
Barrett, sorry. And has applied to be instated back into play immediately. The Dolphins have got first choice on him on his contract status. Apparently he was already in the building yesterday talking to Mike McDaniels, going on from there. 10 days ago, he got released by the New York Giants.
Was that 10 days ago? Wasn't it like Monday?
Last week. Monday last week? 10 days ago.
I'm pretty sure it was. Wasn't it like the Monday that's just gone? Didn't he clear waivers on Monday?
Yeah, but he got released. He got released last week, mate.
Yeah, I was talking about clearing waivers.
Yeah. So Daniel Jones has landed with the Minnesota Vikings. He said he wanted to be in a team that was a playoff contender. I don't know why, but yeah, he's ended up in Minnesota to back up everyone else that they've got there. He's on their practice squad at the moment, and as I said, it's been a quiet week.
Yeah, but like it's like how Detroit signed Tim Patrick on their practice squad. They're gonna elevate him.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And he went to bed 2-8-2.
Yeah. Khalif Raymond has been placed on IR by Detroit Lions. I haven't put that on the banner yet because that came on. And another one I've not added onto the banner, Jabril Peppers, has been reinstated from his naughtiness, shall we say, by basically what's being come out as a bunch of lies. I'm not going to go into any more than that.
Can we just go back to this Daniel? Can we just go back to this Daniel Jones thing for a minute?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask Phil this because he probably knows the most about this. Who would you rather have as your backup quarterback? Daniel Jones or Nick Mullins?
Oh God, Jesus Christ.
This is the decision that Kevin O'Connell has currently got to make.
That's like, do you want still water or fizzy water?
No, because that's an easy decision.
Yeah, still.
Fizzy water. What?
Still.
All right, so that's like saying, what are you gonna order at a bar? Are you gonna order Frosty Jacks or White Lightning? Like that's literally equivalent, isn't it? If I were to
I think it's like saying who's got better handwriting, this chair that I'm sat on or my dog.
Oh, you're what?
That's true. Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
but they're both absolutely shocking.
you know what? I don't have an answer. I don't know if that's what you're looking for. I don't have an answer. I don't think I would. I think I'd maybe like try and hold on. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the offensive player of the years. I think I'd rather try and wheel out Kenny Stabler as my backup quarterback, and Kenny Stabler's dead. Okay, so that's what I'd rather. I think that's what I'd rather do. What Picnic or Dimebag Jones? I don't think I'd want any of them in my organization. I actually thought realistically, he might have been heading towards Vegas because of their current controversy in the Raiders organization, and it's not because, and we're not talking like a quarterback controversy like younger Montana. We're talking, Baker Mayfield being injured long term, O'Connell not being very good, and them not having anybody else to play that position except maybe a Mexican janitor. Like that's literally, the equivalent. So I don't really, I don't see why the Vikings have gone to sign him. I know when you sent me the news earlier on, I was at school, so I was like half thinking about it whilst half doing my job, which meant that I probably wasn't doing my job properly. Like, why? What is our thought process, gents? Why have the Vikings picked him up?
I'm just going to go back to the Picnic thing. So in London, I had some Vikings fans sat in front of me from Minnesota. And I'm not sure if you guys remember, but Darnold went down.
He did.
Yeah.
And I was like, who's the backup? Who's the backup? And Jack didn't know. And then the girl, who was probably about my age, turned around to me and said, Nick Mullins. And I just literally went, oh yeah, it's Picnic. And she looked at me really weirdly.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a 1-year deal with them. It's nothing. It is practice squad money. I mean, at the end of the day, I can see why they've done it. I can understand why they've done it. He's a viable starter, or he's been a starter in this league now for 5 years. He's going to bring experience to that organization. It's going to be good in the long term for JJ McCarthy. That's the only reason why I think they can do it. Shane.
Boys, I think that, what did New York see in him when they paid him all that money? They obviously saw something in him, some sort of potential. So
he had that one season where he played well.
Yeah.
Maybe he's going to flourish in a different team with a different system.
Even then, he only threw 15 touchdowns that year. He was involved in 22 touchdowns. He ran in 7. He threw 15.
He's capable of it. And just one bad season in New York.
It's not
No. He's had 4 bad seasons in New York and 1 good season.
Like they brought him in specifically. They brought him in specifically to be Eli 2.0. In fact, I'm pretty sure the majority of that offensive scheme is still what Eli was playing with when he was there, because that was literally it. They drafted him to be that natural linear succession because of his college likeness to Eli. Now, what Jones doesn't have is Eli's kind of like weird winning. Well, regardless of how you sit on the scale of like, is Eli good? Is Eli a Hall of Fame quarterback? Eli had really good seasons, and he defeated Tom Brady on the biggest stage twice. Now, this is not me just shitting on the Patriots, right? It's not.
Can we say shit?
Well, where's that remove button? It's ready.
Like, it's not me like just trying to gaslight Patriots fans, I should say. But Eli had that certain kind of like mentality where if he played badly, it didn't let him bother him. If he played well, it didn't let him bother him. It was just kind of like he was playing football with his family in the back garden on Thanksgiving. Yeah. That's how Eli played the game. Now, Peyton, different animal. Peyton was a winner. Like, Peyton was just a proper mindful scheme quarterback. So Daniel Jones, going back onto it, Daniel Jones was drafted because of his physical likeness in terms of how he plays to Eli. His mental likeness is nothing like it because he never ever got off that bump of, if I made this bad throw or made this interception, he couldn't shake it. And it just built and built and built and built. And in a market like New York, very similar to LA in terms of sports, the media the media heat that's on those sports teams is insane. Now, like you said, he might go into Minnesota. Minnesota's a huge state in of itself, but like you don't have the eyes of the world or the eyes of the American media on you in, say, Minnesota, like you do in New York. Okay, or if you're going to like San Francisco in the Bay, like you do think that sometimes those type of players don't want that type of media pressure on them. So I don't think he's worth it. I mean, yeah, it's a year deal. He's going to be a backup. Good for him. I don't want anybody to be unemployed, but I don't think it's going to be a beneficial long-term move for him because I don't think he's good enough for the league. I mean, he might end up in a different league in an expansion team. We don't know. We'll talk about it a little bit later on, hopefully. But I think maybe him coming out of New York is maybe 2 seasons too late.
I think it will benefit him coming out of America.
Maybe he's moonlighting as a Ghostbuster. I mean, Donald's there. he's coming from New York. Maybe Donald's got something strange in his neighborhood.
Oh, he has his moments. Look at him.
Right. We're going to give him his 5 minutes of talking about another form of football. Mr. Perrins, UFL.
All right, so I need to.
Face. The pain on his face.
Not because of that at all.
Please, boy. I'd like to take you on a journey, if I may.
We ain't got long.
Look, just say you may after I say the line. Gents, I'd love to take you on a journey, if I may.
Go on back, go for it.
You may.
Gents, I'd like to take you on a journey, if I may.
You
may.
Thank you. All right. So, years and years and years ago, I got super excited about the return of the XFL, partly because of my nostalgia for professional wrestling. I love professional wrestling. It was Vince McMahon's first foray into a different market. It bombed. Years later, Vince McMahon, when he became a billionaire again, decided to invest all of that insane amount of money into the XFL again. Now, when it first started off, it was actually quite a big rating success. But what unfortunately took its legs off is the pandemic and COVID-19, and the season got cancelled. And then there was a little bit of like Vince McMahon getting bored about it. Then he sold it off to Dwayne and his business partner and former wife, I should say. And they rebranded the XFL. It was okay, but it went straight head to head with the USFL. And instead of like trying to be like parallel running against each other, they actually decided to merge into the UFL, United Football League. All right, it had an inaugural season this past year with teams from the XFL in one conference taking on teams from the USFL in the other. Now, it has been, regardless of what Baby thinks, no one cares about it. It actually made enough money, it had enough viewers on it, that they're not just bringing it back for a second season. There actually are interested parties in expanding, in expansion teams, and they're looking at 5 possible destinations for expansive teams. Now, just to kind of let you know in advance, these are the places that are potentially looking for a home. Okay, so Salt Lake City is one of the destinations that the UFL, are looking forward to maybe working with. Then there's another one in Louisville. Then we've got Oakland. If you know, recently Oakland have lost another sports team. They lost the Athletics. Obviously, the Raiders aren't there anymore. Oakland has always been a very huge
They lost the
Yeah.
Warriors.
Yeah, Oakland have always had a huge, especially like in the 70s and the 80s with the Raiders and such. Orlando is another one because with other than say the Magic, they don't really have a team in that particular market. So maybe Orlando, and then another one as well. And I've said it before, having a team in West Virginia or just in Virginia in general, which perked up my interest being a big fan of the Mountaineers. Now, regardless of how we feel, it's when I play on about Brit Ball as well in the summer, there is a market, a growing interest in spring football. Now, where this actually does benefit all of us is that we have seen in the past 4 years that players get in their second, third chance opportunities in the XFL, in the USFL, in the UFL, and then making it onto squads in the National Football League. I think the current setup of it being a feeder league into the NFL only makes the sport better because you're getting players that teams might fancy, but say, oh, we're just going to send you down to Arlington for a bit, or we're going to send you to the Battlehawks for a bit. Absolutely.
Yeah, G-League.
If it was
a G-League, I'd care a bit more.
But that's essentially what it's becoming. That's literally what it is. There are literal partnerships
NXT
with
then.
the NFL, and I mean I don't really know the finances of it, but it must have some kind of like thing because some of the rules that the UFL have brought in that the NFL is slowly adopting, like the change in the kickoff rule. That's literally been in it for quite some time now. That's literally been in the XFL for the last 2 years. So it's not like it's some form of. No. So basically, I love football. I love football all year round. Okay, I'm a big proponent of the NFL. I really do follow the UFL. I watch college ball. When it's the summer, I go to Brit Bowl. I mean, I went to the Brit Finals again this year. Then it's such a great atmosphere being around different fans of different levels of it. It's almost like different. It's the pyramid here essentially. So I'm looking forward to it. And I was just kind of saying off air, how if we were going to like have our C League or our B League with the UFL, what city do you think deserves their own professional sports team?
Oakland, 110%.
Yeah, I agree.
That city
Oakland
has been pilgrimed and robbed so much of professional sports. Like you said, they've lost. The Warriors went over there in the early noughties.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Warriors aren't far. The Warriors really aren't far.
Yeah, but it's still, still a thing. And then obviously the Raiders have gone to Las Vegas. And now Oakland, now the A's have gone to Las Vegas as well. They're losing all their teams. They deserve to have a team.
And can we just say as well, like how when the Rams, I mean, obviously the LA Rams were originally an LA team, but when they moved to St. Louis, that was a huge hotbed. Like it was the St. Louis Rams were a popular team in that area. They went back to LA, and you only have to look at like coverage on the TV that when the St. Louis Battlehawks were playing, those stadiums, those college-sized stadiums, were rammed. And like the Battlehawks and the DC Defenders and the Renegades and I know like the Seattle Dragons as well, that they were getting huge crowds, and we're talking like in the tens and the 20,000s. We're talking about like what some capacities of Premier League football games are like in our country. So there is an appetite because there's 32 teams in the NFL. There's 50 states, and a lot of those teams play in the same states. So you've got all these big areas of America, and we're, as we talk next week, college ball is only 3 months long. That goes hand in hand with the NFL, which finishes in February. That means the majority of that year, people that love football from February till say September, there's nothing. And this is where like spring leagues fulfill the audience want for football, but also again just gives that opportunity to watch something a little bit different that fans and audiences might want to actually engage with. Sorry, that's me ranting done.
Baby hope.
Okay, so I'm going to open this question to the floor. Do any of you know who's number one in the college at the moment?
In the
I
college.
saw it earlier on. I saw that
That's
earlier on. I saw it earlier on.
Phil, I do have a question, though, to circle back to one of the things you said.
Yeah.
What's a mountaineer?
West Virginia. That's the college. What? Sorry, what?
He's
You know.
Oh, you're being a tit. My bad.
Not me.
Going back to what Baby Hope said, is it Oregon?
It is Oregon.
Yep.
So I'm saying give a team to Portland.
Yeah.
Portland, Oregon, not Portland, Maine, to be clear. They have a pro base basketball team. Why not give them a UFL team?
And they've got a pro football team, though. Soccer team in the Timbers.
Yeah.
Shayna.
I've always been a proponent of the state that Shawn Michaels put on the map, San Antonio, and the fact that
they already have one.
You know what I mean, right?
Yeah,
they also already have one. They already have a team.
Do they?
Yeah.
UFL team.
I'm just a big, massive mark for the Alamo Dome. Not gonna lie. So yeah, I think that was built for an NFL franchise, and the franchise never turned up. So in which case, just goes to show how ill-informed I am. I also got the Spurs as well. So
they also have a basketball team, the Spurs.
Right.
So I mean, yeah.
Before we roll on to this
and San Antonio played in the UFL championships this year as well. They played in the championship final.
Where would you like one, Mr. Parent?
I like you said, all like Oakland, absolutely. I think some like the Central States. I mean, West Virginia is one of the most poverty-stricken. West Virginia is one of the most poverty-stricken areas in America. It has the lowest employment rate. It has the lowest in terms of education. I mean, I'm just fascinated by the area because of like our twinship that we had when I was at Worcester University. And I would just love a professional team to play in West Virginia because for such a huge area and for such a huge university, there's nothing, particularly that. I also think something like Salt Lake City would be like a really, really cool kind of like hipster place as well. Maybe Alaska. Can you imagine Alaska having their own team?
Can you see West Virginia now playing in the Blue Ridge Mountains next to the Shenandoah River?
Oh my God!
You know, life is old there, older than the trees, but it's younger
than the mountain, blowing like a breeze.
Right,
country roads, take me home.
Okay, let's roll on to week 13. We'll start with this week's predictions games.
So you guys have decided to give yourself a chance by making it 7 games this week.
No, 6. Get it right.
6.
Baby Hope is leading the way with 38 points. Mr. Perry has pulled a point back under 31. I'm on 29. Mr. Harris is on 28. Yes, I've given it 6 games this week, so it's either going to epically backfail. We're going to go for all 3 of the Thanksgiving games. So we've got Bears at Lions, Giants at Cowboys, Dolphins at Packers, and the games on Sunday are going to be Steelers, Bengals, just for shame. Chargers at Falcons, Eagles at Ravens. So
it's weird because it's home win, away win, away win, away win.
Jesus Christ!
Right,
sorry, I can't hear you all the way back in 4 and 5. Sorry, what?
I can't hear you all the way back with your 30 predictions.
You take your time. Take your time.
38.
So, let's start with the Lions.
Oh no, in fact, 28, 10 ahead. Mind the gap.
Oh, shut up, let him Jesus.
Oh, you can do a word with the child.
I'm going to go and put baby in the corner.
Yeah.
No one puts baby in the corner.
Baby doesn't know what that is. He never seen you dancing. He old enough.
Right, Shado, Lions, Bears.
Oh, obviously, everyone's going to Detroit at the moment, and they're intimidated for the fact that they're the best team in the NFL. Lions all day.
Phil?
Ford Field always puts on a great Thanksgiving event, from like the halftime shows to the pre-game spectacle.
Shabuzi's doing the halftime show.
Exactly. Shabuzi.
I'll show you one of his songs. One of his songs.
One of his songs. And I just think
songs, not songs.
I just think and this is like I'm leaving school earlier than I would do tomorrow, so I can come back, kick off at 5:30, and I'm literally going to be making sure that I watch the Lions against the Bears because you've got probably pound for pound the best team in football playing on Thanksgiving at Ford Field, where they always put on a Thanksgiving kind of like spectacle. Mate, I can't look past Detroit. Like I can't.
I'm also going there as well. Baby, you make it 4 for 4.
Yeah.
Then we roll on to Dallas, who haven't won a game this season at home. Jake Paul has had more wins in AT&T than Dallas have at the moment. They take on what sounds like it's going to be the Drew Luck-lent New York Giants.
Oh, is it not DeVito anymore?
He's got a forearm injury. And no too many cutlets.
That's a shame. I wanted to see Tommy Cutlets. Okay. Well, Dallas surprised us all, didn't they, against the Commanders?
Yes.
Cooper Rush is showing that he's not in Dak's shadow at the minute. He's leading that team. So yeah, I'd probably go for Dallas again. Because if we look at it on paper, right, they've got the best offensive weapon on the whole entire field in CeeDee Lamb. And they've also got the best defensive player on the field in Micah Parsons. So yeah, I'm going with Cowboys.
I'm disagreeing with you.
Okay.
I am generally I think New York are going to cause an upset. I don't know why. I think it's just Jerry Jones is an idiot in a minute, and I think that Dallas team they live on moments. I don't think they're that good of a team, so I'm going to go with New York to cause an upset. Phil?
You know what? Up until you said that point, right? I was genuinely thinking that the Giants are not playing for anything. They're not.
No.
The Cowboys, McCarthy is playing for, a potential extension. But then I'm on ESPN right now, and I'm just looking at it. And the Cowboys at home are 0-5. And I've just had flashbacks to, a couple of things that I remember from last year when it was Dallas Cowboys playing at TNT Stadium, where the Cowboys fans were always outnumbered by away fans. Jerry has created a beautiful stadium that away fans love to come to and make noise, whilst home fans don't.
Yeah.
And I think that is not coming back to bite the Dallas Cowboys because, the Cowboys have sucked since 1995. But I think I'm going to... Oh, God, what do I do? Because I really want to get close to baby. I am...
Said no girl ever.
Well, he's got one that has at the moment.
Sorry.
Oh my God. Oh my God, that's worse than doing an impression of you. Oh God. All right. So I think the Cowboys will just win. There, I said it.
Is it too late to flex this game?
Boys, I got shot for this game in a bit shortly as well.
Yeah, I'm taking the Cowboys.
Okay, then we roll up to the very cold Lambeau Field as the Green Bay Packers host
Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Shano.
Sorry, you said the Packers host me.
Green Bay or Miami, mate?
Got to be Green Bay, haven't it? It's hard not to. They're a really good team at the minute, and I don't think Miami have fired on all cylinders all season. Tyreek's been very quiet considering he was the number one consensus player in the league according to his peers last year.
So I'm doubling down on you with Green Bay. Tua doesn't like playing in the cold. I said this to Andy on last night's show. He doesn't like playing in the cold. He will struggle against a very good Green Bay defense, as our fellow hosts found out on Sunday night. So I'm doubling down on Green Bay. Mr. Perrins.
Shano, can you just pull up your right sleeve, please?
I cannot. That's for
okay.
No,
because
anything for you, my old buddy.
All right, then. So just show it to the camera. Okay, then.
See it?
And I'm gonna go with Green Bay, Wisconsin. The Green Bay Packers. Wait for it.
What is that?
Wait for it. Packers.
What is that tattoo?
So my
Well, if you saw me more often in the flesh, you might have...
mute him.
Which one?
Okay. Well, Shane, for a start, don't let him interrupt the story because he always tells the wrong story. Okay, he always tells the wrong story. Shane, obviously, as our listeners know, is a massive wrestling fan, and his favorite wrestler of all time is actually Ken Kennedy. And when Shane was a teenager, well, when he was 18, he got a Mr. Kennedy tattoo onto him, right? Then he got these little stupid Manchester United devil tattoos, but like he's literally got a Mr. Kennedy tattoo that when he showed me when I met him 18 months ago, I literally laughed in his face, as did his then girlfriend at the time, when I said, like, why do you have a Ken Kennedy tattoo? And Ken Kennedy is from Green Bay, Wisconsin.
I can poke so many holes in that story, right? Firstly, it's never been 18 months since I first saw you. Was it 18 months? Is that it?
It was AEW. It was AEW. AEW.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Ollie, I'll take
Also,
Green Bay, just...
the timelines don't line up in that one.
Green Bay, cool. Green Bay, baby home. Right, let's roll on to the Sunday game.
I love that you have a microphone on your arm as a tattoo.
You just wish you
Surely it would be there. Like, you could do that.
I wish you had one that's cool instead of all your cartoon little drawings you got on you. You just want to look like a colouring book. A very nerdy.
Ollie, should we just talk about football and leave these two muted?
Yeah, I think so, mate. Right. Oh no, I need to unmute. Right, let's go on to Shane's favourite topic: the Bengals event against the Steelers. Who's winning, mate?
Not me, I'm going to show you.
Steelers.
It was a horrible towel to it because there you
go. I don't know.
Just hate them.
I want to say Cincy. I really want to say Cincy.
Do it.
But for some reason I can't. Sorry, you're going Cincy.
Yes, do it.
Are you going? Did you say Steelers, parents?
Yeah, I went Steelers.
Baby Hope?
Cincy.
Ooh.
I'm going to get closer to baby.
That sounded so creepy. I had the way you said that, mate.
Move out the way, baby's girlfriend. I'm coming in.
Right. LA Chargers go to the Atlanta Falcons. Mr. Harris.
Well, the Chargers are going to be without J.K. Dobbins now for the foreseeable, so they're going to rely on the Gus bus, which we relied on for many seasons. It was a good old bus, but I think it's time for the scrapyard for that bus. So, but I still think they've got enough just to get past the Falcons, because the Falcons are basically, you don't know which team is going to show up. You know, is it the team that I think they beat the Vikings, and then they showed up, and then the team lost to the Saints. You know, you don't know what team's going to show up. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Chargers.
I'm going to disagree with you. The Atlanta Falcons are quietly a good team. They've got they've probably got one of the best secondaries in the league. They've got one of the best pass rushers in the league. That gentleman there.
Who's that?
That gentleman there, in that picture that's there.
Never heard of him.
You've seen that picture. You know who's in that picture?
Never heard of him.
Kirk is playing well. Drake London is playing well. Tommy Pitts is playing well, and then you've got
Kyle Pitts. Sorry.
I thought you said Tommy Pickles. Then I was thinking, wait, wrong show.
So I'm going to go.
He would have grown up by now.
He would have grown up by now.
Mr. Perrins, Atlanta against LA Chargers.
Wait, I didn't say my winner.
I know, he's asking you.
That's what I'm asking you.
Sorry. I'm going to say Falcons as well. I think I 100% agree with you. They're starting to peak or play better at the right time. And I'm high on Kyle Pitts, and I've been devastated that the last 2 years he's not been able to show his worth. And he's having a really, really solid season. And I'm going to go with Falcons. Yeah.
Nice. Baby Hope?
In the words of Little John, A-Town.
Oh, 8 down.
Atlanta.
Yes.
Final
Oh
game.
yeah.
The Sunday 9:25 matchup in the UK. It is the Philadelphia Eagles beating down the Baltimore Ravens. Shane,
Do you think I'm
just
going
tell
to
us
agree with you?
otherwise.
Do you think I'm going to agree with you? Do you think I'm going to agree with you saying that? Now, let's be fair, right? Playing the Eagles is like playing the Titans last season. You neutralize the run game and then you win, right? You stop Saquon.
It's basically like playing the Ravens, isn't it?
No, because Lamar can pass, as we saw on Monday. Oh, I'll pick Bateman's catch in my play of the week because Lamar can pass. You literally just contradicted yourself. So yeah, my boys for the win, 100%.
To 10 more predictions than you.
As I said, stand on my point.
Sorry, Shane, but Philadelphia's O-line is probably the best O-line in the league this season. They've got
I love Jalen Carter as well.
Jason Kelsey's gone. Saquon Barkley is having an MVP season, better than your running back, Lamar Jackson.
Have a minute now. We actually have a fully functioning running back who's fit as well, and he's scoring touchdowns for fun. So
Lamar.
Yeah.
not Lamar.
Shane, the stats. Saquon Barkley, #1 in touchdowns. Saquon Barkley, #1 in rushing yards.
Right.
All I'm going to say, it's going to be the
Derrick
Saquon
Henry.
Barkley 200-yard running show again. Philly for the win. Mr. Perrins.
I'm gonna go with.
Pick the right answer.
I want to console what Baby has to say, so I want to see what Baby has to say.
I think you know who I'm going to predict. So
Yeah, I'm gonna go Eagles.
I'm also there was no way I wasn't going to predict the Eagles in this one. The way he's been mouthing off about the Niners the last week or so.
Oh, it's not just last week or so. It's last
I
2.5
so
years.
want the Eagles to win after what he said about the Niners on the chat in the last week. I so want the Eagles to win. What I want is I want Saquon to literally get the ball and shove it down Lamar's throat, literally.
Can I just I don't think the Eagles replayed anyone yet. They won their first game against Green Bay, and in the first day of the season, anything can happen, which is academic. They lost to the Saints the third game in, and then they've played.
There we go. That's sorted.
I don't think he's noticed.
Mature. Being immature. Oh, fuck off, I can't be honest. I'm looking at trying to.
Shame. Oh, I'll edit that bit out in a minute. Right. Boys, Niners. How many points are Buffalo going to put up against you?
45.
I'm hoping it's going to be snowed off, to be honest. I know that doesn't happen in the NFL, but can we move it to Detroit? Can we move it to Detroit or something?
No. You really don't want to play this game, do you?
No.
I'm not even going to watch it.
I mean, if Miami lose and Buffalo win, they clinch the East.
Yeah, I know.
On Thanksgiving week.
In
November. Actually,
I
think it's December. I think it's 1st of December, but
It is 1st December. But yeah, and not only that, if Detroit win, they clinch the division. They clinch their playoff place.
They need other things to happen too.
Same as Kansas as well. Matt Milano is fully practiced as well. First game back for him.
Yeah, that makes things easier, doesn't
it?
I know. Maybe somehow like McCaffrey will turn into McCaffrey from last year. Debo will turn into Debo from 2019, and then Joe Montana will take 30 years off his life and come out a quarterback.
I'd rather have Steve Young.
I'd rather have Tom Brady.
And maybe somehow Will Fluker win.
Shane will have Trent Dilfer.
Shane's still trying to pretend like Lamar's an MVP candidate.
Sorry, two-time winner, boys. The numbers don't lie.
Yeah, two-time playoff winner.
Two-time MVP winner.
Yeah, two-time playoff winner.
He will You win that Super Bowl before Purdy does.
Yeah, because he's never going to win a Super Bowl because he can't win a playoff game.
Agreed with baby.
Of course you fucking would.
I mean, the shark below me with his hair is really sharky today.
Sharky and George.
I can't wait. I can't wait for Lamar to flame out again in the playoffs.
Sorry, will you even get to the playoffs this year? I don't think you will.
Probably not, but at least we won't then be humiliated by
At least,
having.
you won't have the number one pick either.
Niners team.
At least our quarterback's proved he can play in January.
In the preseason, your window's closing. Win now, year. Your window's closing. I think you're going to get. I've opened another window up, maybe. Or at least
our quarterback's actually won in January.
Guys, I don't want to be editing too much tonight, please. Can we stop now?
All I'm saying is that our quarterback has proved.
Otherwise, I'll get the teacher involved.
Yeah, and the teacher is obviously not biased in this situation whatsoever. So
I'm too old. He can't give me detention.
Just about.
Is there any other games on the Sunday that jump out and go, "Oh, that's a tasty bit of
Colts Patriots, honestly.
Tank Bowl.
Really?
Not Tank Bowl.
It's
No,
two rebuilding. It's two rebuilding teams with apparently a franchise quarterback.
Oh, Trent's the franchise quarterback, 110%.
Yeah, but is AR? Or does he need a bed on the side of the?
Yeah, he needs a bed. I don't know what it is about Andy Richardson. I'm putting him in that Tua bracket.
What quarterbacks you love to hate on?
What do you hate?
No, I probably won't hate on him that as much like I hate Tua, but yeah, there's just something about Andy Richardson. Okay, yes, he has played 15 games professionally. Very early to say, but there's something about him that it just doesn't. He's almost got that Cam Newton swagger and arrogance about him without actually doing anything. I just don't like Andy Richardson. I really don't.
Right, there's several games jump out to me.
He doesn't like Tua and he doesn't like Anthony Richardson. What do they both have in common? They both play for losing teams. I don't think Ando likes quarterbacks that are on losing teams.
I thought Ollie would quite like Richardson being a self-professed Gators fan.
Well, Boston College more Gators, mate. A lot more.
Yeah.
Fred Warner's playing this weekend, apparently.
I just like to say, I think Cardinals Vikings might be a bit of a game.
I think there'll be a shootout as well. Like that's like you've got two teams that are obviously going to be going towards the playoffs this year, and I think that'd be quite interesting. Like matchup between Darnold and Murray. I think that'll be an interesting lineup.
Boys, what about Texans Jags? I think Texans are not as good as we all thought they'd be, and the Jags could potentially spring an upset.
Trevor Lawrence back.
Exactly.
I don't think so. I think the Texans will bounce back.
I mean, it depends if CJ Stroud's going to run out the back of the end zone again, like he did the other day.
Or it depends if CJ Stroud is going to play for the Texans or the Jags this week.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
He was definitely playing for the Titans last week.
Very true. Right. We'll cover, obviously, Cleveland, Denver on Monday night show when we are back to our normalities on a Monday. Right. So thank you for joining us on this Wednesday night. We are going to be airing this earlier than usual on your Spotify, on your Amazon, on your Apple, wherever you get your podcast from. So until Monday night, happy Thanksgiving. Stay safe all.